Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog. Hope every one of you are doing well and good. Now what you guys are looking at now is a DIY wall deco done by myself. I transformed my wedding bouquet into a wall deco. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through one of my weekend lunch vlogs while I also talk to you guys about the feeling of happiness for a mother and as a wife when making special food for your loved ones. So this day was a Friday evening. Friday evenings are usually relaxing after a tough, hard week of work. So my husband was insisting on making something special for lunch the next day. So I decided to make chicken tikka biryani. When I started making the marinade for the chicken tikka biryani, it was almost past 12 because the idea of making biryani the next day had completely slipped off my mind. So I had to quickly finish up all the kitchen work and pop the marinade into the refrigerator before I dozed off. The process of cooking or baking, it's all about how you view it. If you view cooking meals as a pleasant or relaxing experience rather than a chore, it wouldn't seem nearly time consuming. For me, the feeling of satisfaction gained when seeing the end product naturally enhances my happiness. As a homemaker, being a mother and a wife, creating that delicacy that can be enjoyed and shared gives me a well deserved sense of achievement. For a maximum flavor in the chicken, I would always suggest to marinate it overnight. Tikkas taste best when it's spicy. So depending on the level of spice you could tolerate, just adjust the amount of red chili powder added in the recipe. As the global pandemic continues, dine-in restaurants may not yet be the safest option. So, we all love convenience food, but in order to keep your health intact, home cooked meals is of priority. If you are a busy parent, finding time and the energy to prepare your meals, it could seem like a daunting task. At the end of the day, continuous eat outs and opting on convenience food can take a significant toll on your health because, as you all know, they are high in calories, sugar, salt, unhealthy fat. Even though restaurants serve you eatables, they serve you portions which are twice or thrice larger than the recommended diet. So the good thing by cooking yourself is that you can ensure that you and your family eat freshly cooked food, and of course you do have control over the ingredients and also the adverse impacts such as the hormonal imbalance. Okay, back to making the biryani. The chicken is perfectly cooked now, so keep it aside. And now let's start making the biryani rice. I washed the rice and I have soaked it for 30 minutes in water. So heat a large vessel and fill it with enough water and salt. So bring it to boil and add all the whole garam masala spices. When it comes to rice, I have used a small grained rice. Now this is called as kiri samba in local terms. In alternatives are jeera kasala rice, or you can always go ahead with basmati rice. So I cooked the rice until it was about 85% done. So when you check the rice, it should be firm and not mushy. Once it attains this stage, you can always drain the rice in a colander and set it aside to prevent it from further cooking. For the biryani masala mix, please do check out the link in the description box below, as I have already shared it in one of my previous biryani videos. This ginger garlic paste is one of my meal preps, and I would share this recipe in this video, so stay tuned. When I prepared the marinade for the chicken, I forgot to mention that I did not add ginger garlic paste. Do add it at the point of marinating the chicken. So I just added a few extra spoons of ginger garlic paste when I prepared the gravy for the chicken tikka masala. There is this famous quote over the internet which says, "A good cook dispenses happiness like a sorceress." Happiness in edible form. Finding the energy to cook every day is difficult after a day's work, but again, it's all about how you take it upon you. Cooking could be therapeutic sometimes. For me, when negativity flushes my mind, I just ask my partner to look after the kid while I stand in the kitchen concentrating in tiny bits of details in cooking a meal. Most of the time I stand in the kitchen cooking something good for everyone is the only me time I get for myself, experiencing the healing power of cooking. When stress numbs my mind, I just take a few moments out of my schedule to look into some good recipes and try it out in the kitchen. I know that many women faces obstacles when it comes to cooking at home, like not having enough time to cook or being too tired to cook at the end of a busy day. So overcoming these obstacles to cook at home often starts with changing the way you view the meal prep or the time spent in the kitchen. Now, if you are a busy mom, I would always suggest you to get your kids involved, share your shopping and cleaning up duties with your spouse, and most importantly, doing some pre preparation ahead of time, like chopping up your vegetables whenever you have free time. And for working moms who are too tired at the end of a busy day, it's always good to make a one pot meal by loading your cooker with some rice, meat, and veggies. According to me, it's always okay to make a bulk meal and refrigerate the leftover. Like, for example, you could make excess for lunch and refrigerate it and use it for dinner so that you don't have to cook 3 times a day. Leftovers and meal preps are always okay as long as it is stored properly in airtight containers. I normally use glass microwavable airtight storage boxes for this purpose. These are few of my meal preps. I make some of these in small batches like fried sprats and beef. I also do make shrimp sambal, but I haven't included this in this video. These are actually lifesavers for me on a lazy day's lunch. Like I use this for as a side dish or a condiment to flavor other meals. Just make sure to use airtight storage containers to keep your meals fresh and taste better. Make the ginger garlic paste, wash the ginger and pat it dry completely, peel the garlic cloves, add all the ingredients into the blender jar, add salt and oil to this because these are your natural preservatives to keep the ginger garlic paste good for a longer period of time, and it also gives you a good aroma. And once you grind it into a nice smooth paste, just store it in a clean glass jar which is also airtight. Drizzle some oil on the top. You can store it in the fridge and use a dry spoon to scoop out a little bit whenever you need. One cannot think well, love well, sleep well if one hasn't dined well. So, the more we tend to understand and try to accept that we can experience the healing happiness in cooking, the better our lives become. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, including the recipe shared in it. Please do try it out and let me know your feedbacks in the comment section below. Please do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. And do give it a thumbs up if you liked it. So I'll meet you soon in another video. Till then, signing off, Shazra. Take care. Bye-bye.